Do stock market managers take your hardly earned American money to China and now you lost everything? In this video there's my theory why and what has a Canadian company to do with a hydrogen truck in Australia. Enjoy. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. The entire intelligent world is preparing for decarbonization. One sector which is very important is cargo traffic. Quoting the International Energy Agency, roughly 9% total global CO2 emissions, about 3 billion tons of CO2 per year, account on freight transport. Heavy-duty trucks are the biggest single contributor within freight, responsible for about 60% of land cargo CO2. There are electric trucks available and they work fine. The discussion about charging times and ranges is just a little more drastic, especially for long-distance freight. You have seen the hydrogen Hyundai Ixion truck already on the channel, but today you are going to see other commercially available hydrogen trucks in 2026. On the left you see the Iveco hydrogen truck, also run by fuel cells, with a 350 and a 700 bar option and about 800 kilometer range on a 15-minute charge. On the right side you see the hydrogen combustion truck, which has similar data, but the combustion engine is cheaper and the maintenance costs are more certain, while you're having the sound response like in the good old days. My absolute favorite when it comes to design is the Wisdom truck. I saw this truck at the Hydrogen Expo in Australia and I thought it's an Australian truck. It has been tested and suits to Australia like a kangaroo. Sadly, the hydrogen refueling infrastructure isn't there yet. Anyway, let's get technical.
So you got 200 kilowatts battery over there, but you can have another two sets, which is 400 kilowatts battery.
Okay, that's like the buffer storage. Let me just repeat, I didn't record. So these are two storage tanks with 28 kilograms at what pressure?
750.
Oh, 750. And you can potentially have 4 of the cylinders with then 56 kilograms, which will be approximately 1.5 megawatt hours of energy, right? That's a lot. So yeah,
that's right.
Famous
so this
question.
One has 1,000. If you're comparing the horsepower, this is 1,000 horsepower.
1,000 horsepower was sure the sum of battery and the 400 kilowatt fuel cell option. I was happy the sales guy left me to check the guts of this truck. Even more happy I was to see German sensor technology being used. This controller led to this activation unit, as I read, from Chinese thanks to AI. On the other side, I guess the hydrogen sensor itself. This is so cool and well made because in the VOLKS-ELECTROLYZER we had to use a bare PCB with a hydrogen sensor and hustle with the programming a lot. Anyway, we got it done, let's get back to the truck. When I looked further, it got even more Chinese. When you Google Yantai Dondai Industry Co. Ltd, you will get the following result, leading to a bad gateway error from Europe. Switching the VPN to Asia, you will see that first the logo has a different writing than the letters in the description, but secondly you will see the typical Chinese massive production facility with clean image showing no people. Basically, what we saw was a hydrogen circulation pump. What I didn't realize at the expo is the extent of Chinese involvement. As I make this video, I find out that this is a fully Chinese hydrogen truck. That could be a transport solution 4 lorries, if I may say so. Ballard, I guess, fuel cells in there. Here you can possibly electrically charge it, which is not open yet. It's a hard time. This looks pretty standard chassis. Let's have a look inside. Good bunk bed here. Okay, electric mirrors. I don't know if that is a real energy saver. People like it. So what do we got here? The trip was 1,684 kilometers. Hydrogen state of charge 66%. State of charge of the battery, I guess, 67. Then the temperatures, I guess it's automatic anyway. It's maybe to lower the wheels in the back. Oh, this looks pretty Chinese to me, I have to say. So yeah, just a nice truck. Hopefully I will see more of those. And that Ballard, an officially Canadian company, collected money in North America and all over Europe from the stock market for being the leader in hydrogen fuel cell technology, bringing maybe also your money directly to China through the stocks. For me, hydrogen is the holy grail of freedom and sustainability. Hydrogen gives you the ability to make fuel yourself. Being free of energy bills is so fantastic to me. What happened to the Ballard stocks? Hear what I said in 2022 in the video Hydrogen Investment from an Engineer's Perspective. Did you also invest in hydrogen on the stock market? And did you ever try to buy a product of this company? No, of course not. But we are an engineering office based in Hamburg, and I can tell you that some major international companies on the hydrogen market have a very special habit with customers and a very special interest in making income. So this information might be quite useful for you as an investor.
As we are scaling up to prepare for the commercialization of fuel cell technology. So why do our customers choose to work with Ballard? Well, we are experts at PEM fuel cells. We care about our customers successfully moving forward with fuel cells, and they trust us to be there for them, whatever it takes.
What we do as an engineering office in a day-to-day business, and why do we look on the hydrogen investment in a different way, is because we talk to the companies. We need their prices to give our customers the best product for their needs. Yeah, we just discovered there are so many companies which have fancy ideas and promote really great stuff, but they just don't respond. You have to take care. You're investing in a company. Maybe you have never called a real company. We do so. Maybe the reason why your stock is losing value is because they are actually not selling their products. Now it is 2026 and I have a broad idea what Ballard was really up to. They took Western money, brought it to China. Second part of the plan could be to sell the product to the Western world again. And see, they did sell this truck to Australia. On the way, the investors in the stock lost all their money. China became the most powerful country without freedom of speech. And most importantly, the stock's manager got rich on the way. I repeat what I said in 2022. If you want to be certain to gain value, make hydrogen and replace your monthly bills until you are free. Because if you buy a diesel truck for money on this axis, what happens over time on this axis? Your initial invest on the diesel truck might be pretty low, and your running costs in a happy and peaceful world would be kind of high. If the world goes nuts, maybe the price rises even. If you buy a hydrogen truck and an electrolyzer, your initial invest, or you could also say your initial tie-up capital, which is actually pretty good in a time of inflation, is pretty high. But your running costs will be kind of low. And either, if we have a peaceful world, at this time you have spent exactly the same amount of money, or in a world where presidents are kidnapped because of their oil, you will even already have your return on invest at this time, while you won't have contributed to the CO2 emissions. And I think that's quite fun. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.